Good evening, it is Saturday the 16th of November and it is 6 p.m. and I'm just about to set off out for a little bit of an Uber shift. It is freezing, I'm freezing. It says it's 9 degrees but it's colder than that. So yeah, I'll see if there's a little bit of an improvement on the hourly rate from last night and I'll keep you posted shortly. Update time, it is 8 o'clock, so it's been 2 hours since I started. So yeah, I came online and I got offered a job from Banks, which is outskirts of Southport, going into Southport. So I took that to get going. Not the greatest rate, it was £9 for 5.2 miles, but then I ran a couple of miles for it. You know, but that's my fault for living out in the middle of nowhere. And then I've just been in Southport ever since. So all these jobs are just all pretty much in and around Southport. £8.71 for 1.8 miles. £5.95 for 1.6 miles. A priority. Oh, sorry, the previous one was a priority as well. £10.21 for 4.7 miles. I then had a cancellation one. Yeah, basically turned up, sat there for 5 minutes and got £3.75, which isn't too bad, especially when you look at like the next job, £4.60 for 1.8 miles. I'm thinking, well, I got paid £3.75 for not moving. A £6.65 for 2.6 miles. An £8.70 for £3.88. So currently I'm on £57 and 60 something pence. So where are we? 50. So I'm on about £28.50 an hour up to now, which isn't too bad. What I've noticed tonight is Uber seem to have like matched the jobs up a lot better. So like the jobs that I'm being offered, they're like, you know, a couple of 100 meters away from once I've dropped the passenger off. I had another job which would have just been by luck. I dropped the girl off at home. I was doing a 3.10 and then she'd booked me again to go back in somewhere else, but it wasn't her, it was her mum. So basically her mum had booked an Uber to pick her daughter up, to bring her daughter home. And then she wanted an Uber, and obviously because I was right outside the front door I got that. So again, that was, you know, that was pot luck. But yeah, a lot of the jobs just seem to be a bit more flowing. So I don't know if that's because it's, you know, Saturday night, it's a bit busier, more demand, or Uber have just thought, you know what, we need to try and sort these jobs out a little bit better. I've done one job before. I think it was like £7 or £8. I had to run 4 miles empty for it, but the job was less than a mile. So I thought, well, that's not too bad because it's not far off £2 a mile, and for 90% of the job there isn't even anybody in the car with me, so it was ideal. Just pick them up and drop them off around the corner. I think it was at the train station or something. So yeah, up to now, yeah, not too bad. So yeah, I'll go back online now and I'll keep you posted shortly with another little update. So little update time, it is 11 o'clock. So the last update was 8. I stopped at around 10 o'clock. I've just been on charge and had something to eat. So where was we? Yeah, it was 8 o'clock. Again, all these jobs are all in Southport. I had a little 4.38 for 1.6 miles. A £4.05 for 1.6 miles. An £8.20 for 3.9 miles, a £5.49 for 1.7 miles, a £6.30 for 2.8 miles, a £6.57 for 2.5 miles, and then I had an Uber XL, £7.08 for 1.5 miles. So for those 4 hours worked, just under £100. So basically £25 an hour. And like I said, I've been off for about an hour. I didn't need a full charge because I still had some charge left. But yeah, basically just went on charge, had something to eat. had a little break. I like to just basically sit in the back, kick my shoes off, and like watch a little bit of Netflix or something, to be honest. So yeah, it's one of the benefits. I was out the other day, I wasn't working, but I was down by Liverpool Airport, and I seen a car parked up down there, Wolverhampton plated car, Uber sticker on the side, and he basically climbed into the back, and I was having a sleep. I just thought, like, little tiny, like, little car. It's just like one of the benefits of having an XL, because you've got so much space. Like I said, I can get in the back, get the table out. You know, I've got my fridge and everything in the front in case I wanted anything cold. But it's yeah, it's definitely one of the one of the benefits. I've just been trying the InstaVolt for the first time. So normally I'll just go to whatever charging point is the cheapest, naturally. And then I think it started in September. Basically, InstaVolt, I have always had a set price of 85 pence a kilowatt, which is, I mean, absolute extortion. You know, if you keep in mind you can charge up a home at night for 7 pence a kilowatt, during the day for 24 pence a kilowatt. So 85 pence a kilowatt was just like, you would only come here, I don't know, if you're an emergency, you were stuck or something. I don't even know how they managed to get any customers. So they've obviously realised that. So now, as of the 1st of September, they've now introduced on-peak and off-peak pricing. Basically, they've copied off Tesla. So now after 10 o'clock, it is 54 pence a kilowatt, which is still expensive. However, it's I'd say it's kind of in the middle. So if you're looking at rapid chargers, they can, you know, your cheapest are going to be like Teslas on some of the off-peak chargers. I think you can get like 30 odd pence a kilowatt or something. But there isn't anywhere any near to me. Basically, the nearest one I can charge up on is like the Trafford Centre, which is miles away, or North Wales. That's because they're locked at the moment. Well, a lot of them are locked. It's obviously just the Tesla cars, and there's only certain ones which are unlocked to non-Tesla owners. So anyway, yeah, it's 54 pence a kilowatt after 10 p.m. with InstaVolt, which is, yeah, it's still more expensive than at home, but I'd probably say it's kind of one of the cheapest rapid chargers you can use now, to be honest. So yeah, it's kind of perfect for me, because the only time I will use this is on a Friday and Saturday night, kind of like mid-shift. I try and aim for about 9-10 o'clock to get a bit of a top up. So yeah, basically I can just aim for 10 o'clock now and use this one, because I avoided this one because this one was 85p a kilowatt, and next door there's a pub at the Old Duke, and they were charging 75 pence a kilowatt. Who are they called? I can't even remember what they were called, to be honest. Where is it? Might be in here somewhere. Pod Point, maybe? No, it wasn't Pod Point. I can't remember. Ionity? No, I can't remember. But basically, they were slightly cheaper at 75 pence a kilowatt, which is still expensive. But in Southport, that's basically it. You've either got these InstaVolt ones or you've got them. So now that InstaVolt have dropped the prices to 54 pence a kilowatt, this will be my like go-to charging destination, really. And yeah, I think they're basically doing that like nationwide. It says for app users, so if you use it through the app, you get the discounted price off peak. And they said that they're going to try to roll out the off-peak tariff to non-app users. So if you just turn up and you just basically tap in your card on the machine. So I tapped my card on the machine initially, and it was coming up as 85 pence a kilowatt, and then I read that, so I thought, oh, maybe it's because I need to do it through the app. So I stopped the charge, redone it, but through the app, and then on the machine it still says 85 pence a kilowatt. So I'd taken a screenshot of that, and I'd emailed them and said, like, why you're advertising it's 54 pence when you're still charging 85. So then on the app, when you're monitoring your vehicle being charged, it comes up and says how long you've been here, how much energy you've taken, and what the cost is. It's like at the moment it's saying that I've used, or it's charged up almost 30 kilowatts, which is about £15 is what I've been charged. So that does kind of work out at like 54 pence a kilowatt. So it's as though the machine is advertising as you're paying 85 pence a kilowatt, but on the app, because on the app it doesn't tell you what you're paying per kilowatt, but when you look at what's actually gone into the vehicle and what it's charged you for, that is actually working out at 54 pence a kilowatt. So I don't know why they haven't updated it. So yeah, you are paying 54 pence a kilowatt using InstaVolt after 10 o'clock at night. So yeah, that's it. I'm just pretty much coming up to 100% now on my battery, so but yeah, I'm going to be carrying on, and yeah, I'm either going to stay out until my battery runs out, or it goes quiet really. So yeah, it could be 4ish. I think about 5ish is like the latest I've got in, and that's pretty much just because I just stayed out because it was busy. But who knows, I might go out over the next hour or so and it's just completely dead. Got absolutely no idea. Taking any screenshots of anything ridiculous. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's been anything too mad. Just still some reservations keep popping up. I don't know if it happens to other people, but reservations will pop up for me like everywhere. So over in Birkenhead or Warrington, Manchester, Preston, and I'm thinking like, why is it even offering that to me? Like, why would I drive like an hour or an hour and a half over to Birkenhead to do like a £10 reservation job? I just don't get it. Surely, I don't know why they don't just offer reservations. Surely the app knows where you kind of work, so I would think it would offer you, you know, reservation jobs in the area that you kind of work or you live or you're registered to. I don't know, either or, but it just seems to be they're just sending them out to like every single driver, and they don't care. There seems to be no kind of like pattern to it. A little bit daft. That's about it. So yeah, it's about to go back on. Saying it's surging again, but we all know that's all make-believe. So yeah, I will oh, it's just about to start raining, I think. I'll keep you updated shortly. So update time, it is 2 o'clock. Last update I carried on at, what time was it? I thought it was 11:30, but it must have been before that. About 11:15 I think. So we got a job straight away, XL job, £16 5p for 5.2 miles. And then another XL, £10.94 for 3.4 miles. And then another XL, £6.31 for 1.1 miles. And then a £8.36 for 4 miles, £7.24 for 1.5 miles, £5.74 for 2.4 miles, a £7.57 for 3 miles, an XL I cancelled, a £5.62 for 1.2 miles, £4.82 for 2.1 miles, a £9.26 for 3.8 miles, and then a £3.75 for 0.8 of a mile. So it's all been quite decent, to be honest. It's all been, I don't know, ranging from anywhere from £2 to £3 per mile. So it's been quite good. So I've currently done 6.5 hours, and I'm on 185.34. So it's working out at about £28.50 an hour, which isn't too bad. It's yeah, it's okay. I'll take that. Yeah, the jobs haven't been too bad. A couple of idiots, which was another taxi driver. I think it's because the taxi drivers don't like Uber drivers, if I'm being honest. So we're on Lord Street, And if you know Lord Street, it's basically two lanes going down the main street. I'm in lane 1, he's in lane 2, lights are on red, they go green, and obviously I accelerate off a lot quicker than him because I'm electric. Not because he's racing, it's just, you know, if you've gone electric or you've been an electric, you know they pull off quick. So anyway, I pull off, and then after about 100 metres, there's all parked cars basically in lane 1 on a lot of Lord Street. So everyone has to stay to the outside lane or lane 2, however you see it. So I move across, and he's still miles behind, like. And then all of a sudden, you see him catching up. So at this point, he must be doing 40 or 50 mile an hour down Lord Street, and it's only a 30. So I always accelerate off, and then just put my cruise control on at 30. That, you know, if it's a 40 zone, I set my cruise control to 40. So I do that down all the streets, because then that way I'm not speeding, not going to get a ticket or anything. So anyway, he starts flying down. He's right up my arse. He's flashing his headlights. I'm thinking, what's this clown doing? So I'm just chugging along. Then he's popping. He's half in the oncoming lane, and still obviously half behind me. And he's flashing his headlights again. And I'm thinking, what's up with this guy here? So I just carry on going down Lord Street, and then I'm picking a customer up a little bit further down towards the end of Lord Street. So I just ignore him. He's behind me, flashing his headlights and everything. So I indicate, move over, put my hazards on, and then I'm waiting for this customer to walk over. So as I'm looking over to the left, looking for the customer, I see that he's stopped, and then the windows have come down. So I thought, oh, yeah, there we go. So I put the window down. I went, what's up? And he's like, I couldn't really understand what he was saying. I said, what is it you want? What do you want? What's your problem? And he's just sitting there not saying anything again. And I'm like, this is like the weirdest thing. He's now holding up Lord Street, which is down to one lane. All the taxis are all stacked up behind them. So I'm saying to him, like, why are you flashing your headlights at me? What's your problem? And the next thing is passengers then starts getting involved. There's passengers sat in the front, and he's going, well, you know what the fucking problem is. It's like, I don't. I said, that's why I'm asking. And I said, why are you getting involved? I said, was you driving? I said, was you flashing the headlights? I said, so why are you getting involved? And he's like, well, you came into our lane. I said, well, firstly, it's not your lane, is it? I said, and secondly, I was miles ahead of you. I said, your driver is shooting down Lord Street doing 40, 50 mile an hour. He's obviously annoyed because he's parked at the lights, we've accelerated, and his car's slower. That's the only thing I can think of. We've both pulled off. He's seen me drive off, and then I've moved from lane 1 into lane 2 because I've had to, because my lane's closing. And for some reason, that's annoyed him now. If he would have just stuck to 30 miles an hour, that's fine. But what 99% of taxi drivers or private hire drivers, they all drive like lunatics. I've seen it since I was like, 14, 15, going out to town myself. Come Friday, Saturday night, they drive like lunatics. They seem to think, oh, if I speed, I'll pick one more customer up. Ooh, I'm going to make an extra £10. I just don't get it. Just stick to the speed limit and just stop driving like idiots. So this is a classic example of this guy being an idiot, and he wants to go speeding down the road, and then because I'm doing the speed limit, that's annoying him. So anyway, in the end, he just drove off because I just got bored of him because I put the window up, and that was it. So yeah, typical drivers. But I think another part of it is they're looking, and he's thinking, oh, look at this Uber driver here on my patch, because I'm a Hackney driver who's based in Southport. And then the other one I was driving down, just dropped a customer off. There's a car right in the distance, and you can tell that it's flying. We're only in a 30 zone, and then I've still got the clip on here because I might have it saved on the 30-minute loop. I'll stick it on after this. And then he moves over into my lane, the oncoming lane, and he's coming towards me, and he must have been doing 60 mile an hour, and we're in a 30, and he's getting closer and closer. I've had to slam on. I'm thinking, we're going to have a head-on collision here now. And at the last second, he swerves over into the other lane, and then swerves back over into the oncoming lane again behind me, nearly crashes into another car head-on, and then swerves back over again. So, yeah, obviously a drunk driver, but yeah, quite a close call. So yeah, if I've got the clip, I'll stick it on. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. It's I'll carry on now, going to pick these up, and I will give you another update in a bit. So, final update, I've just got home and it is 3:30. Last update was 2 o'clock, and since then I done a little £5.51 for 2.4 miles. I then done a £5.49 for 0.6 of a mile, and then headed back towards Ormskirk because it started to become like really quiet in Southport. I done a little 6.89 for 1.8 miles, and then the last job was 11.88 for 5.6 miles. And yeah, so basically I just logged off, started heading home, and then started getting a couple of calls. So straight away think, oh my god, what have they left in the back? So it was a message off Uber to say that a rider believes they've left the phone. So I've had a look when I've got back, and lo and behold there's an iPhone that's fallen down the side of one of the seats. So I've said to Uber, Uber saying the message, yes, so here's the number, basically sorted out with them. So I've messaged Uber back and said, no, I said you find out the address and you tell them that I'll come and drop it off to them tomorrow. Like I'm doing all the ferrying about, can't be bothered with that. And just before that, there was another passenger in the back who said, oh, there's a wallet here. I was like, oh bloody hell. So she passes her wallet over, it's got like, the guy's money in it, debit cards and all that, but there's no driving licence with like an address or anything, so I honestly didn't know who it belonged to, and there was only like a surname on the card. So I don't know, I'll have to try and have a little look tomorrow to see if I can try and figure out who it was. If not, then I'll just have to pass it on to Uber. But yeah, it's just, I don't know who carries wallets these days and you don't have your driving licence with you. I always have my driving licence. So yeah, it would have been a lot easier if you would have had his driving licence, because then I was in the area and I could have just went and passed it back to them. But what's Uber saying here? Right, so this is how stupid Uber is. So they messaged me before, just after I logged off, saying we've received a message from such and such about a ride that you took at 3 o'clock. They believe that they've left the phone in your car. If you found the item, please contact the rider at blah 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 and coordinate a return. Please let us know if you are able to return the item or if you have any other questions. So I've said, yeah, I found the phone. Ask them for their address and I'll drop it off to them tomorrow. Thanks for letting us know. Please hand it in. Please hand the lost item to your local green light hub as soon as you're able to, so we can facilitate the ride. We strongly recommend booking an appointment here to avoid waiting to be seen, although if there is no convenient appointments available, you're free to drop it off. So basically they're telling me to drive this customer is in Ormskirk, so they're like less than 10 minutes away from me. However, Uber, these clowns, want me to drive over an hour. So they want me to book an appointment first, which will probably be sometime next week, then drive an hour to Liverpool to hand the phone over. So the customer then needs to travel an hour to Liverpool. They're just idiots, honestly. So I'm just going to message them to say, no, I'm not driving all the way to Liverpool. The customer lives round the corner from me, so get the address off them. I'm probably not going to be too far from Ormskirk tomorrow anyway. It's Sunday. I'm not going to be working on Sunday. So why don't they just get the address? Like, why is everything with Uber got to be so backward and so slow? I just don't get it. So I'll message them back now anyway and say, they're gonna have to send me over the address or something, because I'm not driving all the way to Liverpool because someone's decided to leave the phone in the back of the car. That's their problem. So yeah, I finished on just shy of £220, and I've done 8 hours, so it works out at about £27.40 an hour. So yeah, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad really. Just a few little bits here and there throughout the shift. A couple of paints. You know, I've got a phone to return. I've got a wallet I need to find the owner from. It's like some sort of like lost property job. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna be working tomorrow because I've looked back at like the past couple of Sundays for like the past month or so. I've tried various times, you know, coming out during the day, coming out in the evening, and it's just crap. I don't know if it's just this particular area, but yeah, working kind of like round Ormskirk, Southport way on a Sunday is dead. Like, it's basically like, you know, working during the day, like in the quiet hours. So it's just it's pointless sacrificing a Sunday when you could be spending that with the family to earn peanuts, basically. So yeah, I won't be coming out tomorrow. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next one, which is probably going to be Monday. I'll let you know how I got on with the lost property little box that I've got on the go. Catch you on the next one.